people that saw a post go up on the Parts Finder page on Facebook, and you would have seen that I wrecked the Jag. I'm just looking for the Wi-Fi to put in my pocket. Where is that gone? Well, people jump on. This is going to be a quick video, guys, a bit of a catch-up, a bit of a hello, a bit of a this is what's been going on and why you haven't seen me. I do have some video to edit, but yeah, okay. The Jag. Junior, the Red Jag. The name of the Red Jag is going to be Junior now. They come up with that because it's a chev, but it's not blown like the big blown Jag, so it sort of is Junior. So he's put it back together. We got it back last night, and I broke a rocker on the second cylinder in. So basically, just an old part. Do you know where the rocker is, Leith? There it is there on the battery. Yeah, so I snapped the rocker. I was driving along, test driving. I've been doing a bit of driving in this thing. And as you can see, it just destroyed a rocker. Like, just an old part. Like, it's a, 30, 40-year-old engine. So it, yeah, done that. So what Leith's doing now is an oil change, because we haven't done an oil change in this since we got it going, and it's probably done no Ks at all. And a set of plugs. And yeah, but for the people that haven't seen this thing before, okay, I'll explain a little bit too. I am a tight ass. I build most of my stuff out of stuff I've got. So I'll buy 5 cars and then put it all together. Ben, thank you very much, dude. Ben, you'll see we took the 465 off this and went to a 600. The 465 was giving us a flat spot because it was fuel starvation. So we've gone up to a 600. So the 465 will end up on one of the Holden 6 cylinders we're going to do soon. But other than that, this thing's been really good. Like, drivability's been good. It's a bit hot in the car with the chev and the pipes, so I'm going to actually put a lot of insulation in under the dash. So up in underneath here, I'm going to insulate right up in there. I still haven't put the air conditioning and put the dash stuff back together, but it's just great to do. The seats underneath, I've got to pull these out, and that one's got a board under it, and they have a weird spring and rubber setup, which we're going to do, but that'll get done soon. What else has been going on? The XR5 turbo, you would have seen in one of the previous videos. Captain, I found a guy that had a heap of XR5 stuff. So he went down Wednesday morning and got a complete engine loom. So probably next week we'll get that on. And that'll make a big difference. We'll be able to actually turn that over and try and get it to start. The Mini, I drove it last Saturday morning to go get some trans fluid and completely fell in love again. So it's staying now. It's just awesome. I love it. So I actually ordered, because the door trims never got done, I ordered some door card things, and I just saw a post come up a second ago to say that they're on their way. I've had a bit of a tidy up out the back here. So the hardtop, we sent the diff away months ago to get done. They haven't done it, so I'm going to... Okay, so the SS50 started having fuel problems. There's a new fuel pump that's come in, and I've got to put strut tops in that. It's got 2 months rego left on it. So we're going to get that fixed, and I'm going to go down and pick up the diff because it's down at Currumbin. Bought this thing. How good is this thing? 5 Series BMW. I actually bought it because it had a set of staggered wheels on it, and I wanted them for the E36 two-doors. We got it back here and got it running. Gave it half a clean-up, and it's actually a beautiful car. It works well. It runs good. We think it has a... because it runs variable cam timing, and it surges sometimes. We think that there's little screens in there that block up, which, so anyway, Captain's onto that, sorting that out. The 300ZX has been moved up to the top here because that's the next one to get sold. This thing's just awesome. Savannah's car, we've got brakes and stuff to do. We'll get into this 1-tonner one day. My job today, because it's the towing's a little bit slow today, so I'm going to strip wheels and tyres and do a run over to the scrap place on Thursday to get some cash in. If anyone knows of any race cars, because these xj6s and stuff, and even the xjs's come with big body kits and stuff on them. If anyone knows any of those, I'm keen to buy a race car. We got sick of the people coming in asking for parts all the time, so I got this ridiculous sign made up. So by the time they drive in, there's signs all along there, we don't sell parts, along here, and then you see this bonnet sitting here that says, sorry, we don't sell parts. Then I got this one made up. But yeah, it seems to stop them now. So when Leith's in there you know, machining a head or cutting valves or, you know, whatever he's doing, he's got to walk outside and say to people, they go, oh, I saw your sign, but do you? And it just gets very painful, guys. Yeah, so, but yeah, that's sort of a bit of a catch up at what's going on. I was speaking to a guy. He might have a disc brake front end for my other Bedford, so I'm hopefully going to sort that out in the next week or so. What else have we been doing, guys? This little Gemini out here, we were going to paint it and that, but it can go if someone wants a Gemini. It's not rusty or anything, it's all there, all the parts are there. It could be a good project for someone. We got this thing running because I actually done a deal with the guy that does our roadworthies and mod plates. When he done the mod plates and stuff for the Jag, this was the payment, but the 6-cylinder in it, I wanted to get it running. I actually bought the whole 6-cylinder just for those headers there. But yeah, I took a punt that it was going to be a bit of a hottie because of what this ute looked like when it was complete. I saw it years ago, and the aluminium rocket cover and stuff, and when we got it started, it does have a nice lope with the cam. She's pretty sweet, so that's a good motor and box to go into one of the HRs very soon that we're going to get started on. The Hilux, she is here. I got the tray for the back of it now. I got wheels and everything. So the 308 out of the Jag out the back there will probably end up in this, but I want to go to Fraser with the boys, and I think I'm going to, that short wheelbase Pajero that's here, I'm going to do this one and sell it. So this will get done up. This is quite a nice car. It's got big suspension and stuff in it, but the reality of four-wheel driving this and enjoying it probably won't happen because I'm not a four-wheel drive guy. But I do have this short wheelbase Pajero here that is pretty good. It just needs a gearbox, which I have a gearbox there for it, and I'm going to do a full cleanup on this and have a short wheelbase lifted Pajero with aircon and everything to use for me when I go to Fraser, if I ever go to Fraser. So that's my yeah. All right, I'll read a couple of comments, guys. Hey, glad to see the motor isn't hurt. It shouldn't be hurt. It started up. It was just a broken rocker, so it should be okay, guys. We're good. Cool. Will it be good for a 6? Yeah, it'll be perfect. The carby will be good on either the Valiant when that gets done before we put the EFI on. It'll be perfect for that, for the 265, or on like even that 202 there might have a big enough cam and stuff in it to run a 4-barrel, the 4-barrel. So it'll still be perfect, Ben. It's just a good all-round, good size carby. So I'd really do appreciate it. Right, guys. Well, I think that's about all of my update today. I've got this VZ here, which is, I don't like VZs too much, but it's actually quite a good car. So yeah, it's almost ready to sell. Lee's been busy in the engine shop though, so he hasn't quite finished it, but inside is absolutely spotless. It's pretty good. But yeah, but the Jag is coming along really well, and g'day John, how are you, buddy? How's the WRX? The WRX is just out the back there, just, yeah, and Nicole's one's at home still. We haven't really played with the WRXs for a while. But yeah, so he's just putting new plugs in this now. We've been playing carbies the last few days, and then me driving at home sort of done that. By changing carbies too, the temp sort of come down a bit, which was good. Other than that, it's good. Like the auto works quite well. The kickdown we're having trouble with because it's just, every carby you put on has the kickdown in a different spot, but it's good, you know, like it's, I love it. It just drives well. Nicole drove it back from Leith's place the other day, and it still needs a wheel alignment after being lowered. And she just said, oh, I'd drive this to Brisbane now, you know what I mean? So, and it still needs a lot more work to be perfect, but for her to say that it's all right, you know, and not, you know. But anyway, it's, yeah, we cut the springs in this to lower it, and I had a guy on Facebook the other day carrying on about cut springs and all the rest of it. I don't think he's ever cut springs before, because they go on about how they wreck the handling and all this sort of shit. How much handling can it wreck in a 50-year-old car that's not a race car? Like, come on. It's when you cut springs and they're still got tension on them, you put them in and they're still got tension on. When you cut springs to the point where they rattle around in the car, that's fucking ridiculous. But
yeah, the other thing too, like the coils that come out of these, like in the front, they don't come down to like...
Sorry guys, the phone rang and I accidentally answered it. But anyway, what were you saying, Leith? He's looking for some springs. We'll explain to you about cutting springs.
Okay. Yeah, that sort of comes to a flat there, like that, like they come around and they locate in a thing. If you chop this one to say there, and like you've got that much of a gap and it's on an angle, of course you're going to get more, like basically it's going to be bouncier because there's not as much tension on it. But the coil springs in the Jag were basically already like that, you know, so it was sort of there and there. You don't have that extra bit that bends around to try and make it flat. So it doesn't make any difference where you cut it on these. They're still going to locate the same and give you the same amount of rebound.
Yeah.
It's just less travel. So
yeah, so long as you don't cut them to the point where you're on the bump stops and all the rest of it. I couldn't help myself but reply and just say, mate, one day you might actually get from behind your computer and actually get out and turn a spanner and do something yourself, and you might actually know what you're talking about at that stage instead of just
yeah, there are a lot of cars that you shouldn't do it with.
yes.
For this, not an issue.
Yeah, instead of just spewing stuff that you've heard 50 years ago. Like HRs, when you cut springs in HRs, it does make them drive
because
a bit shit.
They do curl around to a flat, and as soon as you chop them, it wrecks it.
You can, yeah, it doesn't, just same with anything. Some things you can do, some things you can't. But when you don't know, you should keep your mouth shut. Just a pro tip there. Don't be an internet dickhead. But anyway. Righto, guys, I'm going to start stripping some tyres. The SS, haven't touched it. We'll get there one day. Only so many hours in a day. Do you know anyone that can do a roadworthy on my wagon? Graham's Mobile Roadworthy in Kingaroy, G&M Mechanical, who we use. Great guy to deal with, does a good job. We'll work with you if there's issues with the car to make sure you get it through. So, yeah, Graham, G&M Mechanical. He'll come down to you down there as well. Good guy. Been working with him for years. Hey Red, first time I've commented on your feeds. Great show. Thank you very much, Russell. Appreciate the support and the interest. Have you got any cheap 202 engines? No. Any of that old Holden stuff I don't sell because I've got so many cars to build. I buy the stuff still. Like it's and if I sell an engine, I'm just going to have to buy an engine and I'll sell it and for whatever, and then I'll have to pay twice as much when I have to buy another one. So sorry, it's not something we sell at this point. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good day. Sort of give you a bit of a you about to start that or?
Probably 5 minutes away.
Okay, a little bit longer, but yeah. We do have a video there of the first start and first big test drive and stuff, and I'll edit that soon and get it up. And yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. More videos coming, and yeah. See you.